Welcome to the most listened to golf in the world, the Fairways of Life show, on air, online, and around the world, with the most candid interviews, unforgettable stories, taking you beyond the ropes. Here's your host, New York Times best-selling author Matt Adams.
Last night, TGL took place, and it was exciting. 3 matches throughout the course of the day. Let's check out some of the highlights. We open here, Justin Thomas of Atlanta Drive Golf Club. Last hole in singles against Sahith Theegala. With this to send the match into overtime. Great celebrations. And then in overtime, get this, way I'd call it was like penalty kicks in soccer. Maybe best 2 out of 3, closest to the pin. One-on-one.
That's good.
This is Fleetwood. Boom! That was in the second overtime. That was against JT. That tied it up. This is for the win now. Patrick Cantlay for Atlanta. Secures it. Revelry, celebration. Cutaway to Arthur Blank, owner. Arms aloft, the celebration. There you go, Arthur. Final score, 6-5. The Bay Golf Club won the second match over the Atlanta Drive. And then the third match saw the Bay Golf Club take down Boston Common with these heroics. This from Wyndham Clark. Boom, secured. Afterwards, Ludvig, Wyndham, Shane stood at the podium to tell the world of their reaction to what had taken place this day, coming away having won 2 of the 3 matches throughout the course of the broadcasts.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I think we kind of eliminated Boston from the playoffs, which I think they're a very strong team. I don't know if that's true. That's what
I doubt it. Is it?
I don't know.
We'll crunch the numbers, but either way, it's a big win for you guys.
We thought that was maybe the case, but regardless, it's just huge that, we know we're in the playoffs now and continue the momentum. And, there's nothing better than riding high on good confidence. So it was, it was a great day. It was a lot of fun. I felt like, again, played awesome golf. A lot of great shots, a lot of good made putts. We never really gave away holes, which is huge, especially in match play.
Great time tonight. I think, I was sort of thinking, look, we're all competitors, so we want to win and we want to, get to the playoffs and do all that. And I was thinking if we could win both our matches today, that we're in obviously sitting pretty good. So just come here and watch the boys earlier on get the win and then go out and do it, this evening was pretty good. And I think, I think all in all, the whole day for TGL was pretty good today. I think the new rules are really good, all tight matches. And I think we've seen today what this could really be, yeah.
I wish I had this much fun on the golf course. Lately I've not been having very much fun on the course. And so when I come in here, I don't know what it is. I think it's a little bit of the team aspect, the atmosphere. I think it's kind of the lightheartedness, and I feel like I can just be myself and have fun and maybe say some things you wouldn't normally say on a golf course. And, I don't know. I typically play well when I'm having fun and I'm loose. And I think that happens a lot in TGL. So I would love if I could bring that to the real course. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I just really love kind of this atmosphere, something about it. I just feel really loose.
Wyndham Clark is kind of becoming the boss, isn't he, of TGL? You saw Ludvig in there. He was quiet in the cuts that we grabbed post, but he wasn't quiet with what took place at the Genesis Invitational this past week. He earned his second PGA Tour title. That was at his 40th start. Remember, his first 5 were as an amateur. At the age of ripe old age ready, 25 years, 3 months, and 17 days. He recorded a final round 66 that included 8 birdies against 2 bogeys. He played his final 6 holes in 4 under par with birdies on holes 13, 14, 15, 18. However, it had been 455 days since his last victory, that coming at the 2023 RSM Classic just before Thanksgiving that year. Remember, in between that, however, he had that knee surgery, which a lot of people don't remember, but it's important to note. For the week, he totaled 19 birdies and 2 eagles. He led the field in strokes gained tee to green. Ready for it? Picking up 10 strokes on the average of the field. He recorded a hole-in-one on the third round. Difficult conditions on Saturday, but he had a hole-in-one at the third, 140 yards. It was his first ace on tour. He's one of 2 players this season to record an ace and then go on to win. Rory McIlroy was the other. He also becomes the first player since 1983 to record an ace at an event at Torrey Pines South and then go on to win. He opened the week with a 74. That's the highest first-round score by a winner at the Genesis Invitational since 1983. Opening with a score like that and then grinding it away to do what you needed to do in order to secure a victory kind of sounds like the guy that he's standing next to right now. Tournament host Tiger Woods. Afterwards, Ludvig spoke about the significance of winning at a stage that means so much not only for Tiger hosting this week, but a place that the Great One has won 8 times.
I mean, to win his event, and he means so much to our game and to our tour, and it's really cool. It means a lot, and I mean, he is the GOAT, so absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. I think it's important to have fun. Like you said, it is a business, and it is we're professionals, but you still need to have fun. Trying to win a tournament coming down the last couple holes is the most fun you'll ever have, I think, and that was the case today, and I think I used that to my advantage. Yeah, I mean, winning is fun, but also being in that situation and in contention, trying to win, and sort of everything that goes through your mind, and the adrenaline and the excitement and the nerves, everything that comes with it is really fun. Yeah, that's a good question. I sort of had the tendency to get a little bit fast at times, and I could definitely feel when I made a putt on 15 that I'm like, oh, you need to slow down a little bit, dude. And I try to breathe as much as I could coming down the last probably 3-4 holes. Just so, like you said, you don't want to rush things. Although I am fast, I just want to walk faster, talk faster, do all these things faster. And I felt like I've gotten better at it lately, but it's still a skill and it's really difficult. But I like to keep it fast, but sometimes it gets a little too fast. Yeah, it's really nice getting off to a good start. Obviously, the season is long, but all we try to do is play as good as we can and prepare as good as we can for every tournament. But yeah, like you said, it sort of takes away a lot of the early pressures, if you will. You don't have to chase things. Getting a win means a lot to me, and that's what I was pretty bummed that I didn't get to win a tournament last year. But it's really nice to be able to do it again, and it's almost addicting to walk down those last couple of holes and just want to do it again.
What's interesting about hearing from Ludvig is that he's got the package right. He's got the it factor. Tall guy, 6'3". To me, he almost seems like the Tom Brady of golf. I know that's crazy, and half the audience right now just spit out their coffee. The other half are like, yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm getting it. Right? He's got the frame. He's got the arc. He's got the looks. Does he have the it factor? And that's why I enjoyed, that was just a little cut. If you go on our Fairways to Life YouTube channel, you can see the full press conference from Ludvig. But it allowed you to see something of his personality. So coming up this morning, we want to take a deeper dive into this. Don put some numbers together where we compare Ludvig, who's had 40 starts in the PGA Tour, but we're going to focus in on his professional starts, 35. Where is he in direct comparison to the aforementioned Tiger Woods, the man he called the GOAT? What about Jack Nicklaus or Rory McIlroy or Phil Mickelson? Where is he compared to those players? That discussion as the Fairways of Life show continues right after this.
I got ball fit in 2000, went on a little run. Then Bridgestone fit me again, and I went on another run. got fit again for the new Tour BX. The ball fitting's been helping me. Will it help you?
Every January, PGA Tour Superstore pros meet every manufacturer, learn about the latest equipment, log thousands of hours of training, and together hit over 100,000 balls. All so they can get you the perfect fit.
When you choose Newton shafts, you're choosing more than a product. You're choosing innovation, pride, and excellence right here in America. We pay attention to the minutest of details, and you can feel that in the performance of our shafts.
I think when you're training for other sports, or why most people go to the gym is so that they can have muscles and be strong and be healthy. And a lot of the reason why they struggle to play golf is their body doesn't move properly for them to be able to hit a golf ball. And when you're training for golf, it's a little bit different because you're focused more on flexibility and mobility and being strong in motion. When you're able to kind of have a warm up and have a workout routine and kind of gradually build up to where you're training your body to move properly, yeah, you're going to get a lot of big dividends on the golf course.
Our journey began with a simple yet powerful vision to provide the world with the highest quality Virginia-type peanuts. The Hubbard Peanut Company, where quality and tradition meet to create an unforgettable experience. Visit hubspeanuts.com to explore our full range of products and place your order today.
Super easy to hit. Introducing the new BXG Black Ops irons, our first game improvement iron.
It's a larger face heel to toe.
It launches the ball high in the air and really far.
Much higher levels of forgiveness. You set that club down, it creates a lot of confidence. It's supported by this X-Core polymer material.
And that's where you get improved ball speed. If you're looking for a distance, forgiveness, and feel, Black Ops iron is going to be for you.
BXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
Stride by Zero Friction, the first of its kind personal caddy. Walk in comfort and style with Stride's remote and follow me technology. The Stride handles almost any terrain, and its 54-hole range will last all day. The lightweight design and removable front wheels makes it simple to handle. Plus, it easily fits golf carts. Pick up your Stride today at a local PGA Tour Superstore near you or at zerofriction.com/Stride. Stride, your personal caddy.
Welcome back to the Fairways of Life show. Matt Adams here with you. Dom and Andrew behind the glass. You know, so much can change during a commercial break. One of the things that we love about this show is that we have an open door policy. You want to come on the show, come on the show. We'd love to hear from you. I like to stay in touch, obviously, like a lot of people, with their friends. And recently, the news about Davis Love III having undergone open heart surgery was highly concerning. I've been in touch with my friend, making sure that he's okay. He's been very good in his communication. I haven't shared this with you, I will admit, to the audience because it's private communication between two people. I didn't expect that DL3 would jump on with us today. So let's say hello to Davis Love III, who surprised us to join us on the program, and it is awesome because I am dying to find out in a public forum, my friend, how you doing? If I may, why did you have open heart surgery? How far along are you in your recovery? How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm exactly 4 weeks from surgery and had a big checkup down at Mayo Jacksonville on Friday, and they said I am good to go, and they're even going to give me the keys back to my truck so I can start driving again, which Robin Love is very happy about. She's been driving me around for a month. But I'm doing great. Rehab, getting back to normal life, except for I just have to protect my chest. I had about half my ribs cut open and was split kind of halfway wide open. So coming back from that is going to be the challenge. It's not really, my heart's fixed. I feel great. And now I got to protect this chest for another 6 or 8 weeks, and then I can go back to playing golf.
All right, could you show us, just kind of gesture with your hand on your shirt there, if you would, on your hoodie. Where's the incision? How large is it?
Well, I keep saying that I went to Southern Soul Barbecue, and I didn't get a full rack of ribs, but also didn't get a half rack of ribs. Somewhere in between is how much I got split open. So basically didn't get my sternum split at the bottom. So if you, a lot of people have had open heart surgery. It sounds pretty scary, but if you could have a simple one, I had a simple one. I just had a valve replaced, but the doctor wanted to get in there and look at my heart and make sure he didn't need to do anything else. So I went kind of the hard route to do a pretty simple surgery. A good friend of mine 2 weeks before me had a valve placed in his heart. And they went up his leg, and it was pretty simple, and they let him go that day. I kind of went the, you know me, Matt, I'm going to do it the hard way if I can do it the hard way. And so it's really just bouncing back from a little bit of a change in my heart, but also, you know, I broke my ribs, so I gotta let them heal before I can swing a golf club. So I was told I could putt in March, which is coming quick, and then I'll be hitting balls in April. And so I think that means hopefully playing golf back again in May.
Yeah, when you talked about me knowing you, I also know that it's incapable of you to sit still. Also, how are you keeping the grandkids from jumping anywhere near the injury?
Well, the grandkids have now 3 horses, and Robin has 2 little mini cows in the barn, and so I'm walking around giving directions. Like, okay, you do this. And my daughter Lexi said the other day, so your doctor says you can't putt, but you can scoop poop. So something's wrong. You're breaking a rule here somewhere. So the rule is I can't pick up anything over 10 pounds. I got to keep my elbows in. So Randy Myers, my trainer, and Dan Alcott, my therapist, are like, okay, we can do some little things. We can do a lot of stuff with your legs. You can walk. You can ride a bike. So I'm pushing the limits of what I can do with my heart, but I'm not pushing the limits of what I can do with my arms. They say you can wash your hair, but don't wash windows. So I got to keep my arms in, and it is hard, but they cautioned me. They said, if you screw this up with your chest, you're going to be a year before you can play golf. So, you know, like Brant Snedeker's had problems with his sternum, and I know the issues of trying to come back from that kind of an injury. So I'm being very, very careful. I'm overdoing everything they're asking me to do, whether it's checking my blood pressure or my diet. I'm overdoing it probably, but I'd rather do that than not be careful. So I literally did not drive, you know, for a month. Jimmy Johnson, my friend and agent, drove me up here to the Stained Corn Ferry thing today. My brother drove me to the TPC Sawgrass to look at the golf course yesterday. I'm doing as I'm told and trying to be a good boy.
Davis Love III was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. He was a Payne Stewart Award recipient in 2008. He won, of course, 21 times on the PGA Tour, including the 1997 PGA Championship, a 6-time United States Ryder Cup team player. He served as captain for the United States Ryder Cup team twice, 6 times represented the United States in the President's Cup team. He was the 22 United States President's Cup team captain. He had 790 starts on the PGA Tour, of which 108 of those were top 5 finishes. Let that simmer just for a second with that reality. Davis, when you were ready to go in, and I don't mean to be crass, but when you were ready to go under the knife, was there a fear? Was there something within you that said this might be the final chapter?
Yeah, a lot of my friends have asked me, you know, were you nervous? And, you know, thankfully, one of my great friends, Dr. Jack Amy in Sea Island, has been taking care of me a long time. And a doctor that Jack Lumpkin introduced me to down at Mayo, they both caught this little heart murmur like 10 years ago. So I've been prepared for this surgery for a long time. And expert team at Mayo has been watching it carefully for the last 2 years. So I was studied up on it. I knew what was going to happen, and I knew the success rate. But yeah, I had a heart catheterization a couple weeks before that. That was scary. They lay you on the table, said, oh, you'll wake up in about 7 or 8 hours and you'll be fixed. That's a little bit scary, but I had a lot of confidence. Dr. Jack Haney at Mayo, chief of cardiology, walked me through every step of it. And so I was pretty confident in the team and the process, but yeah, they turn you off for a while and then turn you back on. It's a little intimidating.
How is your energy level now that you have had this done? Are you noticing anything different physically in terms of having energy? I heard you mention that you're checking your blood pressure, et cetera.
Well, that was what everybody around me said, wait a minute, you're active all day. Golf's the easiest thing you do in your life. You're like a a construction worker or a farmer all the time when you're not playing golf. So that was really a hard thing to get over, is like, do I really have a problem? Should I really be doing this? But they convinced me that you're losing 50% of your blood every pump. This valve is not working. It's going to have to be replaced. So once they pointed out the issues, I said, oh yeah, when I sit down, I do feel that. Or yeah, when I work out, I do have to catch my breath a little bit more than I used to. I thought it was being 60 years old, but it was really, I was not aware. And that's what's such a blessing, that this team found that so early that we could watch it. Is I could have gone along and just said, well, I feel fine. And then all of a sudden something blows up. So this is the time for me to tell my friends and people, get a physical, get a checkup, do your mammograms, all these things that they're asking you to do. It's for what happened to me. I knew 10 years ago that I had a problem and I had to be careful. And you know me, I watch my diet some, I watch my fitness some, but we were aware of this, and I was prepared for it.
That last message, folks, is so critically important that you just heard from the Hall of Famer, which is get checked. And for whatever reason, I'm constantly beating the drum, as you guys know, with my skin cancer. Go to a dermatologist, right? Especially all of us involved in golf and out in the sun. So, Davis, I've always thought of you more like the scarecrow, because I don't know too many people that have been rebuilt, restuffed more times than you. But now you have a little bit of a tin man because of what you've done with the heart as well. After all this is done, let's look forward. Let's be positive about this. After you go through and the ribs are allowed to heal up, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I was told just last Friday, when you get to April, you're going to be able to do as many push-ups, as many golf swings as you want. You're going to be fine. So yeah, then it's back to work. And I've had a lot of other issues. I got a lot of parts that don't work. So I'm going to have to get back in shape. Golf shape. Right now I'm doing the legs, and I'm thinking about what am I going to do to get ready to play again. But yeah, you said 790 starts. I got 12 or 13 to go to get past Mark Brooks. My friend Justin Leonard just won for the first time on the Champions Tour. I don't think I've ever finished in the top 5. I want to get back to playing and competing. Freddie Couples called me on his way to Naples, and he's like, man, when are you going to play again? I miss seeing you. So I'm ready to get back out there and mix it up and see my friends. So yeah, the goal is to get back to golf. My heart, Jim Nance said it was my line, but I think it was his line. I went in healthy and I came out healthier. So I'm really not in a place where, I'm going to struggle the rest of my life. Yes, in 10 or 15 years, I'm going to have another heart valve. But for now, I'm good to go. And to your question, yes, I feel better than I did a month ago, and I'm ready to get back after it. And yes, they're having to tie me down. I'm not an old guy that's sick. They're having to tie me down and harness my energy rather than trying to get back going again.
I'm sure you heard from a gazillion people once it went public that you had the open heart surgery. Could you share with us anybody you heard from that maybe surprised you?
No, but it was heartwarming. So many people reached out and so many people were concerned because, like you said, when you say open heart surgery, it scares people really bad. My great friend Peter Persons, that I grew up playing golf with. He played at the University of Georgia, and a great player and a great friend. He was like mad that I didn't tell him before I did it, but I was trying not to worry my friends or worry my family. I held it back, and so I got out of the hospital and started calling my close friends. I called Lance Barrow from CBS Sports. 30 minutes later, Jim Nance is calling me. So it's heartwarming, but he spilled the beans during the final round of Torrey Pines and scared a whole bunch of people. But I'm blessed to have a lot of friends, and they reached out. I'm still catching up. I got people on the text chain that I still have to call back and that I missed. But it's been a wild ride, from my neck surgery and hip replacements and now my heart. I'm really lucky that my doctor is saying you can go back and play golf. He's not telling me to retire. So I'm excited about the future.
So My understanding is that next year at the RSM Classic, the only food that we're going to be served is grilled chicken and maybe some broccoli.
Well, no, I'm more on beef right now. I had a cow tendon put in my thumb, and now I've got a cow valve in my heart. So I'm thinking I got to stay on the program.
That is too classic. Hey, before we lose you, because you're here and you've had the time to kind of sit around and not do the zillion things that you normally do, are you paying attention to what's like Tiger told Jim this past week and Trevor Immelman too, that things are looking good. The conversation that they had, we know the commissioner and Adam Scott went to see the president to talk about what they're calling the reunification of the game. What are you hearing on the inside with that? Is that encouraging to you?
Well, I'm encouraged because I've been on the outside. I've been on the bench for a long time and not playing. I was, as I said, down at TPC Sawgrass yesterday with my friend Jeff Plotz, the head of agronomy down there, looking at the golf course. They just closed it for 3 weeks to get ready for the players. And everybody's like, what have you heard? What do you know? And I go, thankfully, I don't know anything. I'm not on the inside anymore, which has been nice. But to read between the lines and know where this was going, a year ago, knowing the plan, I think we're in a good place. Jay has done an incredible job, as I've said several times, with COVID. He got blindsided with this whole deal the last 3 or 4 years. A lot of great advice and maybe a little bad advice here and there, but they have worked their way through it. And I think when we do hear something, as everything Jay's thrown out and Tim Fincham's thrown out over the last 10 or 15 years, it will be a positive for the tour and a positive for the game.
How would you, because you do go out of your way to say that Jay has done a great job. You mention it every time that I bring it up with you. How important is that message against the narrative that is out there that somehow the players are angry at Jay Monahan?
Well, you can look at, President Bush didn't know that somebody was going to blow up the World Trade Center. And it was a complete disaster for this country and for his presidency. President Trump didn't know that COVID was coming, and it was a disaster for our country and for his plan. Jay Monahan didn't know that COVID was coming and didn't know that, a foreign government was going to try to take a run at his business. So, yes, they all probably made mistakes dealing with major issues that they didn't see coming. But Jay has done a great job listening to the players, restructuring the board, which I was a big part of, listening to his advisors, reorganizing the state of the game, and rallying people around. No business, I've said this on the PGA Tour board for 30 plus years, no business runs perfectly and never makes mistakes. It doesn't matter if it's AT&T or FedEx, everybody makes mistakes. And we got to give the benefit of a doubt, and we've got to all pull together. So if you don't support your leaders, you're not going to get good performance out of them.
Davis, when you are fully healed, we're going to have you back on and celebrate your career and what you have accomplished and relive some memories that are significant, not only Ryder Cups and President's Cups and captaincies of the same, but maybe a couple that got away too, as that's always compelling stories, and maybe have a couple of your friends stop by like Justin Leonard and others. Looking forward to that, more so looking forward to the fact that you are on the mend. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking in with us today and letting the world know that you're okay and you're close. All the best to Robin and the kids and the grandkids.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to getting back out on tour and seeing you and all my other friends. So thanks a lot.
Me too. Davis Love III joining us live this morning. Okay, folks, when we come back, I'm going to pick up where we left off at the end of segment 1, where I asked you the question, Ludvig Aberg, is he the now it factor in the world of golf? And if so, why? Maybe perhaps even more important, how does he compare with the other unquestioned its that have taken place historically, namely the likes of Tiger or Jack, at the exact same point in their professional careers? When we come back, a multiple-time PGA Tour champion will join us to discuss that and more. Stay with us.
In Ireland, golf is more than just a game.
Come and experience our world-famous links courses and our world-famous parkland courses, all set alongside world-famous scenery. And visit our world-famous historic sites. And while you're here, enjoy our world-famous hospitality. Fill your heart with Ireland at ireland.com/golf.
Ben Hogan Golf Equipment is back. Established in 1953, we serve golfers who demand excellence of their equipment. Designed by the game's best engineers, forged in the world's best foundries, and built to order in the USA. Don't settle for off-the-rack disappointment. Elevate your game with custom clubs at direct-to-consumer pricing. Exclusively at benhogangolf.com. That's benhogangolf.com.
The best feeling iron I've ever hit. Introducing the new Gen 7 irons, the greatest leap forward in irons technology, in performance, in PXG history. Our new quantum core material explodes off the face. Are you kidding me? The Gen 7 irons deliver groundbreaking new levels of forgiveness, speed, distance, and feel. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that trajectory. Just phenomenal. Gen 7, it doesn't get any better.
PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
Baseball? Nah. Football? Done it. I think I'm going to go after PGA Tour.
Playing on the PGA Tour is not easy. But you know what is easy? Hitting the 524 series from Tour Edge.
Hitting linebackers and home runs used to be easy.
Out here, you're going to need all the easy you can get. Introducing the 524 series from Tour Edge. The easiest clubs you'll ever hit. Even the best players in the world can use a little easy.
I like the sound of that. Look out, PGA Tour.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
What would your ultimate golf experience be like? Just you and a friend? Or would you round up some buddies for a foursome? Just one day? Or an entire week? There's a good chance your ultimate golf experience could be Michigan's magnificent 10. 10 incredible courses set among 3 remarkable resorts. See for yourself. Book your ultimate golf experience today.
Our journey began with a simple yet powerful vision to provide the world with the highest quality Virginia-type peanuts. The Hubbard Peanut Company, where quality and tradition meet to create an unforgettable experience. Visit hubspeanuts.com to explore our full range of products and place your order today.
Every January, PGA Tour Superstore pros meet every manufacturer, learn about the latest equipment, log thousands of hours of training, and together hit over 100,000 balls. All so they can get you the perfect fit.
When you choose Newton shafts, you're choosing more than a product. You're choosing innovation, pride, and excellence right here in America. We pay attention to the minutest of details, and you can feel that in the performance of our shafts.
As we welcome you back to the Fairways of Life show, Ludvig absolutely convincingly winning again on the PGA Tour with that finish. That was so impressive. Ultimately, 12 under par, finishing in front of Maverick McNeely, who had an incredible opening 9, but just kind of stalled in the back 9 to allow Aberg to slip in. So this is what I was teasing you guys about earlier in the program in this comparison. And John Rollins, a 3-time winner on the PGA Tour, is going to be joining us in just a second. So let me go through this so you can see the comparison of, is it reasonable to make the argument that Ludvig Aberg is the next the player to keep an eye on? So through the first 35 PGA Tour starts as a professional, first 35 PGA Tour starts for Ludvig Aberg. Bear in mind here, it doesn't show he was also on the 23 Ryder Cup team, and he was a huge star there. He now has 2 wins. He has 4 runner-up finishes, 14 top 10s, and 24 top 25s. Let's compare it to, we have to talk about Tiger, we have to talk about Jack. Tiger, same comparison. At that time, he had 6 wins, including a major championship at the Masters, and he played on the 97 Ryder Cup team. Tiger had 3 runner-up finishes. He had 18 top 10s, and he had 26 top 25s. How about to Jack Nicklaus? Jack Nicklaus, and I love this because it also provides us a comparison through the first 35 of Tiger and Jack, and you'll see some amazing similarities. Same exact number of wins, 6 for Jack Nicklaus. However, Jack had won 2 majors in his first 6 wins. 4 runner-up finishes for Jack Nicklaus, 24 top 10s, 31 top 25s. Incredible, right? And arguably, because of the 2 major wins in the first 6 starts of the first 3 they've gone through, Jack Nicklaus had the predominant start. You can have a debate later on, and I'd love to do it at some point, about the greatest of all time. The first caveat always being, how do you compare eras? Phil's first 35 starts as a professional, he had 2 wins, same as Ludvig. He had 1 runner-up finish, 6 top 10s, and 11 top 25s. How about Arnold Palmer? Heard me mention him. Same comparison, 1 win, no runner-up finishes, 8 top 10s, 16 top 25s. Jordan Spieth. His run was in 2013. He did have a victory. He had 5 runner-up finishes, including the Masters that year. He also played in the 2013 President's Cup. 13 top 10s, 23 top 25s. Rory. He had 2 wins, including the 2011 U.S. Open by a record margin. He also played in the 2010 Ryder Cup that was at Celtic Manor. 0 runner-up finishes, 11 top 10s, and 19 top 25s. How about Scottie Scheffler? Now, Scottie Scheffler, arguably by comparison, same time frame, he was a slower starter before he jumped in a phone booth someplace and came out as the Scottie Scheffler we know today. 0 wins, 0 runner-ups, 2 top 10s, and 9 top 25s. So Ludvig has a 35% top 10 rate right now. That's his percentage. 17% winning or second place. Let that settle in just for a second. 35% of the time he's in the top 10. 17% he either wins or finishes second. Same numbers respectively below for the other players. Basically, only Tiger and Jack are better, and he's on pace with Jordan at his peak. Jack Nicklaus, 69% and 29% respectively. Tiger Woods, 51% and 26% respectively. Then I'm going to give you Jordan just because I mentioned it, 37% and 17%. That is, and when I give the 2 numbers, again, either a top 10 or a first or second place finish. Very, very impressive indeed. So John Rollins, a 3-time winner on the PGA Tour, is jumping in here to comment on the same. John, with everything that we just ran through there, Ludvig Aberg, and the comparison of the other players at the exact same point in their careers, what's your reaction?
Well, I mean, it's impressive. I mean, to see that. I mean, you know, it's something that I think you don't really think about all the, like, you know, the other guys, the other greats in the game. You don't really think about all of those numbers and all of that sort of success compared to some of the greats in the game, like Tiger and Jack and Arnold and Spieth and, you know, all those Phil Mickelson, all these guys that you just kind of ran through. And it's impressive to think. I mean, look, I knew, and I feel that Ludvig is probably, by my estimation, the guy that's going to threaten Scottie Scheffler for #1 in the world sooner than anybody else on the PGA Tour. I know that Rory was, you know, third coming into this week, you know, for the Genesis Invitational, and you know he looked very impressive in his win at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. But you know, I felt like if there was somebody that was going to unseat Scottie Scheffler at the top, it was going to be, or will be, Ludvig Aberg. I still believe that. Obviously, this week, you know, just adds more credibility to that. Do I think he's the next superstar in the game? It's kind of hard to say. I think, yes, he is a superstar in the game. I think right now it's hard to say anybody's the next superstar until they really take down Scottie Scheffler on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a week that Ludvig played well, but I still mean Scottie was right there. He finished 3rd in the tournament, so it wasn't like he finished 50th, you know, in the field or anything crazy. So I still think Scottie Scheffler is the superstar of the game, but Ludvig is definitely rising to the top very quickly.
Yeah, to be the best, you got to take down the best as far as that goes. What I'd like to do right now, John, is I want to put you side by side, you staring back at me into the camera while we look at Ludvig's swing. So what I'd like for you to do for us, if you could, in your expert role as analysts, John and I will be working this week hosting for PGA Tour Live, and give us a breakdown of what you're seeing in this golf swing and how and why it is so effective and quite possibly could be the future in this context.
Well, as you look at Ludwig, obviously the setup positions are great. I mean, everything, the lines, the hands are right underneath of the shoulders. I mean, the arms just kind of hang very freely, which allows Ludvig Aberg, when you watch that rhythm off the golf ball, it's just so simple. The golf club just works basically up the line. It sets at the top. The golf club's in a perfect position at the top, directly in line with his lead arm. And it comes right down the same line that it goes up. So it just kind of traces up, traces down. There's really not a lot of extra movement or extra laying it off or doing any kind of rerouting of the golf club, which I think is the reason why he plays so consistently. You kind of backs up those numbers you were just talking about with the top 10 percentages and the winning, or first or second place percentages, because there's nothing that's moving extra that he has to time up. The club just goes to the top, swings back down, and the club head swings with so much freedom through impact. And that's what you're looking for. You want to be able to just swing the golf club, let the club release, and not try to worry about all the other stuff. And Ludvig just has great balance. He has great rhythm. And again, I think because the golf swing is so simple, that it's why he can play at such a high clip all the time, because there's just nothing else going on. It's just up, down, and the ball's gone.
What can the people at home learn from what you just described there? What can they learn from the swing of Ludvig Aberg?
I think the biggest thing is, look, we all want to hit the ball further. I mean, everybody's trying to gain speed. Everybody wants to, it's fun to hit the ball far. I get it. I'm the same way. Even at, my age of almost 50 years old, I find myself on the driving range swinging for the fences like I'm out there trying to hit home runs in a baseball game. And, by the end of the day, my back is killing me. And I'm like, what have I done to myself? So we all want to hit the ball further. And I get it. But at the same time, I would encourage people to just try to hit the ball solid. Hitting the ball solid is going to help you play the game better. And then maybe learn, once you're hitting the ball out of the center of the club face, then maybe you can start adding some speed to it. But I would say go out, hit a lot of almost like we just talked about with Ernie Els, kind of the 75% mentality. Just swing the golf club where you're not trying to kill the ball, you're trying to hit the ball solid. Once you start hitting it solid more and more, back to back, and more consistently, then maybe add a little speed and see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, don't keep doing it. Back up until you continue to get the rhythm, you continue to get the contact, and then gradually just keep, working your way up to hitting the ball, harder. But I can assure you that a slower, softer swing that's hitting the center of the club face is going to go further than a ball that you swing at with all of your might and you hit it way out on the toe or way in on the heel, or you hit it thin, or, whatever the case may be. A poor contact is not going to go further than a ball that's struck solidly in the middle of the face.
Now, the graphic that we haven't been able to finish yet, John, is the graphic, call it the it factor graphic, where we put down the stats of the all-time best-looking players on the PGA Tour, the likes of Adam Scott, maybe Ricky Fowler, John Rollins. You know where I'm going. Does Ludvig Aberg have that it factor? Does he have the ability to rise above the fold because of who he is as a person on top of who he is as a player?
I think so. Yes, I think that's a great point you bring up, and I think it's spot on. I mean, I think he has the look of the golfer of the era of this decade and this the time frame that we're in. He has all of that look to him. He's a very well-spoken, kind of soft-spoken guy, but he's got the elegant golf swing. He just seems to kind of say all the right things, do all the right things. He looks like he's just got everything kind of on point and together. So I would say yes. I think he kind of fits the mold for that. What you would think the modern day golfer should be or looks like. That's Ludvig Aberg.
Yeah, I mean he looks to me like Tom Brady. I know half the audience was going to get angry because I raised Tom Brady up as the standard. But he's 6'3". That picture you saw him with Tiger Woods, he's bigger than Tiger. We're not used to seeing that because Tiger was always billed as 6'2"-ish. 6'1", 6'2"-ish, around there. It depends on which direction the wind's blowing. But Ludvig's a big kid. All right, before I lose your company here, John, I do want to talk to you about this week. I mentioned to you guys that we'll be working together, part of PGA Tour Live, and I'd love working with John when he's out in the golf course because of his insights. The Mexico Open has a very, very proud history. Became an official event of the PGA Tour for the first time in 22. Remember, Tony Finau finished tied for second to Jon Rahm that year before turning the tables on Rahm in 23 when he beat him by 3 strokes. Jake Knapp won last year. That was his first career victory on tour. The Mexico Open was first played in 1944. At times, it's been part of the Korn Ferry Tour, the European Challenge Tour, PGA Tour Latino America. Alex Espinosa won the first 4 planes of the Mexico Open from 44 to 47. Other notable champions include Roberto Di Vincenzo 3 times, Bobby Locke, Bob Rosberg, Lee Trevino a couple of times, Billy Casper, Ben Crenshaw, Jay Haas, and Stuart Sink did it a couple of times himself. So, John, what do you think about the event this week? How much are you looking forward to it? What do you anticipate?
I'm always very excited to get to Mexico and go down and be a part of this event. This will be, I think, my 3rd straight. Yeah, I think I've worked this event on site every year since they've had it here at Vedanta World, and it's going to be another great event. I mean, I look forward to it. The golf course is phenomenal. I mean, the condition is incredible. The paspalum fairways, the greens, basically the whole property is that paspalum grass, which is it's a wonderful surface, but they do a great job there with the setup, and it's a bomber's paradise, to be honest. I mean, it's a golf course where it's generous off the tee. No surprise that a player like Jake Knapp, Tony Finau, Jon Rahm, these guys are winning this golf tournament because it's a big boys golf course, but the fairways are wide. You can kind of let the shoes out, let the laces out a little bit and find some extra yardage because you got plenty of room. But the greens have got some pretty good slopes to them. I mean, that's the one thing that I took when I first got on the property was that even though it's generous, you got to be pretty accurate into the greens and around the greens when you miss. The short game area is not the easiest to get up and down from around these greens. So they've got some great holes on it, and then they've got some really scoreable holes as well. So it's a fun week. I'm excited to get down there. I look forward to working with you as well. But it should be another exciting week, and I would imagine we're going to have a guy that's probably near the top in the driving distance by the end of the week. That's a guy that's continuing to win the golf tournament.
And it's kind of heart and soul of golf too, right? Because it gives us another week, another opportunity, as we've seen at this event through the past, to see some players on the ascent.
Absolutely. I mean, it's you never want to take anything away, not to take anything away from the tournament, but obviously the field doesn't have all the superstars, the top world ranked players and things of that nature. But, it's just part of scheduling on the PGA Tour, and the players, have to play where they feel like they need to play and where they play the best. So you do have the opportunity this week of, finding a guy a diamond in the rough, if you will, that comes out that maybe hasn't won on the PGA Tour, gets his first victory, and all of a sudden the floodgates open for him. So there's a lot of great storylines that can be had this week, and it should be fun. And like I said, I'm excited to get down there tomorrow and kind of do the scouting of the golf course and see what's going on, see some guys, see where they are, and maybe chat up about the course and their strategies, things of that nature. But all in all, it's a fun week.
That's why he is a winner in the broadcast booth as well. That is John Rollins, a 3-time winner on the PGA Tour. You can catch the network coverage of the Mexico Open starting Thursday on Golf Channel. Our coverage on PGA Tour Live will be starting first thing on Thursday morning. Stay with us. More of the Fairways of Life show coming up right after this.
I got ball fit in 2000, went on a little run. Then Bridgestone fit me again, and I went on another run. I just got fit again for the new Tour BX. The ball fitting's been helping me. Will it help you?
What would your ultimate golf experience be like? Just you and a friend? Or would you round up some buddies for a foursome? Just one day? Or an entire week? There's a good chance your ultimate golf experience could be Michigan's magnificent 10. 10 incredible courses set among 3 remarkable resorts. See for yourself. Book your ultimate golf experience today.
I think when you're training for other sports, or why most people go to the gym is so that they can have muscles and be strong and be healthy. And a lot of the reason why they struggle to play golf is their body doesn't move properly for them to be able to hit a golf ball. And when you're training for golf, it's a little bit different because you're focused more on flexibility and mobility and being strong in motion. When you're able to kind of have a warm up and have a workout routine and kind of gradually build up to where you're training your body to move properly, yeah, you're going to get a lot of big dividends on the golf course.
Super easy to hit. Introducing the new PXG Black Ops irons, our first game improvement iron.
It's a larger face heel to toe.
It launches the ball high in the air and really far.
Much higher levels of forgiveness. You set that club down, it creates a lot of confidence. It's supported by this X-Core polymer material.
And that's where you get improved ball speed. If you're looking for distance, forgiveness, and feel, Black Ops iron is going to be for you.
PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
Stride by Zero Friction, the first of its kind personal caddy. Walk in comfort and style with Stride's remote and follow me technology. The Stride handles almost any terrain, and its 54-hole range will last all day. The lightweight design and removable front wheels makes it simple to handle. Plus, it easily fits golf carts. Pick up your Stride today at a local PGA Tour Superstore near you or at zerofriction.com/Stride. Stride, your personal caddy.
Every January, PGA Tour Superstore pros meet every manufacturer, learn about the latest equipment, log thousands of hours of training, and together hit over 100,000 balls. All so they can get you the perfect fit.
As we welcome you back to the Fairways of Life show, fun show today. I mean, it was awesome having Davis Love III just kind of stop by and let us know he's okay, he's feeling better, ribs got to heal up, and then he's going to start to play, and he's committed to playing a lot. His insights about where the game is at right now, particularly relative to his comments about Commissioner Jay Monahan, I thought were telling, and I thought were important given the kind of narratives that float around out there. Having John Rollins weigh in on Ludvig Aberg, I thought was really fascinating too. My favorite part, honestly, was when he was breaking down his golf swing. So the other day, the RNA sent out a tweet in honor of World Radio Day. And for those of you that have been with us in the Fairways of Life show from back in the radio days to the television days now, you guys know that I do the live on-course play-by-play for Opens and Solheim Cups and Ryder Cups, etc. Well, at the 150th Open at St. Andrews, we were on, it was Saturday, 10th hole. Rory goes out 3 under. And at 10, which is a drivable par 4, he found himself mired in the front right pot bunker. I was working with Matthew Southgate, who plays in the DP World Tour. And Matthew had missed qualifying for that Open. If memory serves me, I believe it was by 1 stroke. The cruelty of the game. So to be around it, to be there, he decided to do the radio broadcast for us because it's the world feed. And so Rory's in that bunker, and I had said to our producer, Tebsy, I said, do you want to come to us for this shot? He was like, oh, we got a lot of traffic. There's a lot of things going on. So I turned to Matt and said, look, either way, you're going to do this call. So this was the first time Matthew Southgate had done his own solo call of an event. Told him, all you got to do is tell the world what you're seeing, tell your world what happens, and then tell the world what your reaction is to the same. What happened with Rory McIlroy and Matthew Southgate has become a classic.
He's just about ready to go. Takes his swing, swooshes it out. It comes out high. It looks like it needs a soft bounce. Oh, it's an awesome shot from Rory. Will he do it? Oh! Rory McIlroy! Can you believe the scenes? People are jumping up and down. It's an unbelievable bunker shot. Rory fist bumps to the crowd. Oh, I cannot believe what we've just seen, Matty. What a shot!
So I got a chance to see Matthew after that. It was actually at last year's Open. And we're just, catching up. And I asked him, I said, did Rory know that you did that call? And he goes, yes. Yeah, probably because of tweets or what have you, something that the RNA sent out and tagging Rory McIlroy. Rory saw it. He got a big kick out of it, laughed about it because of the enthusiasm that Matthew Southgate had for the shot by Rory McIlroy. Folks, thank you so much, as ever, for your enthusiasm. Always enjoy your company, and very grateful for the company of a couple of players that stopped by today to give us a little insight. Until we are together again, please be well, and goodbye for